On August 14th, 2025, 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro was reported missing in Ucaipa, California. His mother, Rebecca, told authorities that she was changing his diaper in a Big Five sporting goods parking lot when an unknown individual allegedly assaulted her, rendering her unconscious. Upon regaining consciousness, she discovered Emmanuel was gone. Investigators later revealed inconsistencies in Rebecca's story, and she abruptly ended her interview when she was confronted with these inconsistencies. Authorities later escalated the case from a presumed kidnapping to a critical missing child investigation, given the growing doubts. Law enforcement executed search warrants, deployed canine units, and seized Rebecca and Jake Harrow's electronic devices. They took Jake's vehicle and interviewed numerous individuals. They also discovered a very troubling criminal record that Jake Haro had pled guilty to willful child cruelty in an unrelated 2018 case. Now, I did read up on what actually happened to this child in 2018, and I don't even want to talk about it because it's that disgusting. It's that disgusting what this sick did to a 10-month-old baby already. How he even has a 7-month-old child at this point in time is beyond me. He should have been made sterile back in 2018 when this happened. Now, it's worth it to note that I think he only spent 180 days in work release jail for what he did to this 10-month-old child. On August 22nd, both Rebecca and Jake were arrested on suspicion of murder. Investigators concluded that the kidnapping report was fabricated, and they now believe that Emmanuel is deceased. And the search for his remains continues. In a recent development, Jake Haro, while wearing an orange jumpsuit, was seen assisting law enforcement in a search near the 60 freeway, including with cadaver dogs, though no remains have been found as of right now, which is 8:30 p.m. on August 25th. So the public has been fraught with speculation, conspiracy theories, and just, it's just a real emotional response. And given what this man did to another child already, it's really no wonder. From the Los Angeles Times, search for baby Emmanuel Haro leads to a dusty field with the father in a jail jumpsuit. And here he is, the father of missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, accompanied search and rescue crews near the 60 freeway and Gilman Springs Road in Moreno Valley. This is an article from August 25th at 11:22 a.m. The search for baby Emmanuel Haro expanded to a dusty field in Moreno Valley over the weekend, where San Bernardino County Sheriff's investigators were joined by the boy's father, Jake Haro, while in a jail jumpsuit. Haro, 32, and his wife, Rebecca Haro, 41, have been in sheriff's custody since they were arrested Friday on suspicion of killing their 7-month-old son, Emmanuel. The infant's mother reported him missing on August 14th after she said she was attacked in a Ucaipa parking lot near a Big Five sporting goods store, knocked unconscious, and discovered her baby was gone when she woke up. Investigators say that story was made up. That story was made up. Since then, questions have swirled around the baby's whereabouts, even as the parents appealed to the public to help them find their son. Investigators deemed the disappearance suspicious early on, saying Rebecca Haro offered contradictory statements about what happened the evening her child disappeared. An attorney who spoke on behalf of the parents said she was simply emotional and declined to take a polygraph. On Sunday, news helicopters captured the sheriff's investigators and Jake Haro in a bright orange jumpsuit in a dry grass covered shoulder of the westbound 60 freeway near Gilman Springs Road, joined by cadaver dogs. Sheriff's investigators declined to say what led them to the area or why Haro was with them. And I think that we can all kind of speculate what's actually going on here and why he was out there trying to search with investigators. During yesterday's search, Jake Haro was present with detectives. However, Emmanuel's body was not found despite an exhaustive effort, the department said in a statement Monday. The sheriff's department would not and did not describe Haro's presence at the location as providing assistance. So who knows? They may have taken him out there, to kind of try to get him to confess to something. I mean, it's all just speculation. Rebecca Haro, meanwhile, continued to maintain her innocence and her husband's in a brief interview with a reporter on Sunday. I will not give up. I will not give up on my baby, she told a reporter from the Southern California news group. I want to be out looking for my baby. After Emmanuel Haro was reported missing, Riverside County Child Protective removed a 2-year-old girl from the Haro home. County officials would not disclose why the child was removed, citing state confidentiality laws. According to court records, Jake was convicted in 2023 of willful cruelty to a child following an incident where a baby in his care suffered multiple bone fractures in 2018. Now, they don't really go into detail here, but this child did have, I guess, severe brain swelling. That's why she ended up blind. I don't think she's able to talk. She cannot walk. And he basically just decimated this 10-month-old baby. She had healing fractures of her ribs. They found some type of search on his iPad about how to feed a baby with fractured ribs before this baby was even taken to the hospital, where they found that he had abused her. So, I mean, the abuse obviously was going on for quite a while. She had some type of broken leg as well, so it's like, how do you break a baby's leg? Like, that's I don't wanna continue on talking about that, but it was disgusting. In her interview Sunday, Rebecca Harris said that she still supported her husband. "He's a good dad. He would never hurt a baby." Why in the world do you think anybody believes you when you say dumb shit like this, after he's already proven that he would hurt a baby? So you're just completely lying, thinking everybody's so stupid. The couple were arrested at their home on Friday as investigators served a search warrant and combed the property for evidence. San Bernardino County Sheriff's investigators in plainclothes searched the property, passing by a colorful kid's bicycle leaning against the fence and a baby swing on the porch. Investigators entered 3 detached buildings on the property, including a single-story home and a tin-roofed barn. Helicopters circled over the neighborhood and showed footage of investigators parsing through scattered items in the home's rear, while multiple people recorded the scene with their phones from the street. It is believed Emmanuel is deceased and the search to recover his remains is ongoing, the sheriff's department said in a statement. While these arrests mark a significant development, our focus remains on finding Emmanuel. It was not immediately clear what, if anything, detectives took from the home. Both parents remain in custody, and jail records show they are due in court Tuesday morning. Riverside County prosecutors said they are still reviewing the case from investigators. And this is one that just came out today as well at 4 p.m. Emmanuel Harris' mother speaks from jail and insists her 7-month-old baby was kidnapped. Right. As the search for the body of 7-month-old Emmanuel continues, his mother spoke out from jail in an exclusive interview. Rebecca, arrested alongside her husband on suspicion of murder, maintains that her baby was kidnapped. What they're saying: "I want to be out looking for my baby," Haro said. "I will not give up. I will not give up on my baby." And then she also spoke about her husband, saying he's a good dad. He would never hurt a baby, although, we know he actually would hurt a baby because he has hurt a baby. He's almost nearly killed a baby. In addition to Emmanuel, the couple also has a 2-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old who is a stepchild to Jake, according to Press Enterprise, a newspaper with the Southern California news group.
We begin with breaking news. Take a look at this dramatic new video showing the parents of missing baby Emmanuel Haro arrested for murder. Welcome, everyone, to the
Good.
Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock on Fox 11 Plus. Thank you for being with us. I'm Marla Tejas. That major breaking development comes just 1 week after we first told you about this story. Fox 11's Nick Garcia, he is live in Cabazon, where the two were taken into custody this morning. Nick.
Right, Marla. Well, all the detectives have left the scene now, but this is the house here in Cabazon where those arrests happened. To give you some perspective, we're about 20 miles east of that Big Five in Yucaipa, where Emmanuel's mom says all of this started. Rebecca and Jake Haro in handcuffs as the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says detectives believe 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro is dead. It's been just over a week since he was reported missing. His parents said he was kidnapped from the parking lot of this Big Five in Yucaipa. Detectives have determined that did not happen.
Please don't harm my son. Just please protect him and bring him forward. I'm begging you.
That was Emmanuel's mom, Rebecca, 1 week ago on August 15th. Now detectives are accusing her and her husband, Jake, of doing just that, hurting their own son. Friday morning, both were arrested at their Cabazon home. The arrests, a relief for those in the community who've been following the updates closely and, like detectives, were suspicious about Haro's story.
It's crazy that these parents will not just tell people where this baby is. Given what this man had already done to a 10-month-old baby, I can only imagine, the injuries this poor little guy sustained. And they probably aren't giving up his location because they don't want people to know exactly, what happened to him. Right now we can only speculate, and what's in our imagination probably isn't as horrible as what actually happened, and they just don't want us to know what actually happened. So, what's next? The Riverside County District Attorney's Office said a decision on filing charges has not yet been made, although both Jake and Rebecca are each facing a count of murder. If those charges are filed, they could appear in court for arraignment by Tuesday. It remains unclear what Jake may have said to the detectives that led them to Moreno Valley. Officials later confirmed the search ended without finding the infant's body. I've heard quite a few other little details here and there, which I don't know if they're true or not. I'm not really sure of all the details, but I have heard that the baby wasn't seen up to a week before he was reported missing. He wasn't even seen. I don't know how true that is. Like I said, it's kind of just a rumor that was floating around. And I also heard that they found some blood on the floorboards in the home. Again, don't know how true that is. So as of right now, guys, there's really nothing new. The baby still has not been found. We have no idea what happened to him. All we know is the parents have been arrested. Jake was spotted out on what was that, Highway 60 with investigators and cadaver dogs and things like that. So we can only just speculate. I don't know how much of this will actually cover here on the channel, maybe just kind of post updates as they come in. So I guess it's just a waiting game, and we're just going to have to wait and see. See you on the next one.